Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. So today I'm going to be reacting to JÓNSI Shiver, and I've got a bit more of a relaxed setting going on with some candles and dim lighting because I have heard some of JÓNSI's music and it is very, very beautiful and emotional, and it feels like it just needs this kind of vibe. I want to like really sink into it and relax into it. So yeah, this is what we're going with today. Thank you so much to the patron who requested this. I'm really looking forward to it. I have no idea how it's going to go as a reaction video stands, because obviously I don't know what all the songs sound like, but with the ones I have heard, it's like, it's kind of a very introverted feeling, I suppose, like a very like internal thing to listen to, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna get on with it and see how it goes. And there is one song at the end, I think, that isn't on the Spotify thing, so I will be listening to that one too. All things like Patreon and Instagram and website and merch links will be in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. Anyway, let's go. First song is called Exhale. Wow, starting really sparse, extremely sparse. It's like using like a whole like 4 beats or something to play each note, chord.
Breathe out.
The vocals. Wow, it's so trippy and ambient.
It's just the way it is. It isn't your fault. It isn't your fault. Just let it go.
All right, I'm gonna pause because that's interesting. I think he's saying it isn't your fault. Let it go. It isn't your fault, sort of thing. That's so interesting. I just literally came out of a therapy session, and we had to do like a 8-session survey thing. Like every 8 sessions, you do like a how's it going for you sort of form. And funnily enough, like one of the questions was, you know that the SA, because I'm in therapy for SA, you know that the SA wasn't your fault, and you have to like answer always, mostly, sometimes, not at all, you know. And I put mostly, and funnily enough, the reason being is because, as a lot of people would find it comforting to hear it's not your fault, which is of course comforting. When I was young, like a 15-year-old girl, and everyone was telling me it's not your fault, it did the opposite. It actually made me feel like, was I meant to think it was my fault? Like, it made me question it. And obviously when someone's telling you something, like telling you what something is, it's like a conditioning almost. Like, I heard it so much, it's not your fault, it's not your fault. I heard it so much that I began to question it. So it did the opposite effect, which actually made me defiant towards that sentiment. And then I started to try and pick things that might have been my fault out of what happened. It obviously it's not my fault, but like I began to like go into thinking, what if it was my fault? You know, because I'm a curious mind, I like to analyze things. So it's so weird that hearing this now, because he's also saying let it go as well, and that kind of makes it feel a bit more like, okay, just, it's not your fault, let it go. Don't even think about it, it's just not your fault. You don't need to go into the thinking about it, whether it's your fault or not. Just let it go. It's not your fault, it's all right. Just let it go. And let go of like believing it might be your fault or whatever. That's what I'm taking from it anyway. And it's just so weird how why does this happen? Like, I feel like music, especially the music I listen to, like at specific times, relate to what I'm going through at the time. And it's just so confusing how it keeps happening like that. But it's therapy all the same, and I love it. So yeah, this is already beautiful. And musically speaking, the vocal, like the effects, and when it went into like a did like a interesting sound toward near the beginning. It went into like a kind of like a sine sort of sound. That was incredible. And I love the panning. It's watery, it's almost unstable, but in like such an ambient trippy way. I love it.
Let it go.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that thumping sound. It's crazy. Wow.
It isn't your fault, just let it go.
Wow.
Just let it go. It isn't your fault.
Wow.
It isn't your fault.
I've got goosebumps. I really wasn't expecting this kind of sound, if I'm honest. And I'm not mad at it. It's so like archer, and like it's so incredibly beautiful. And the more he keeps saying it isn't your fault, I've got shivers. I have got shivers. I need to put this blanket on me. I'm like freezing. But the more he's saying like it isn't your fault, let it go, and the way he's saying it, it's so incredibly like uplifting. It actually, you know, the repetition of that feels beautiful. It reminds me of Good Will Hunting as well, the movie where Robin Williams is literally there just saying, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault," until like I can't remember who it was. Is it Leonardo? No, it was a Mark something. I can't remember who the actor was, but the actor is just like, you know, fighting against that until he kind of breaks and starts crying and like hugging Robin Williams' character. And it's that repetition of it's not your fault, it's not your fault, it's not your fault, and you know, just keep saying it and keep being told that until you accept it. Really, it's like being broken down, but in a good way. Wow, it's really beautiful, and those drums coming in, it's just ethereal. That's incredible. Magical. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it. Next song is Shiver, title track.
I'm shivering and I want to stay. Your eyes unveil. The days may grow long with your arms. Get away from,
Wow.
away from dawn. Get away from
I'm pretty blown away right now. Right, okay, it's so hard to pause, but like, is this type of music that like, mm. Sorry, that's incredible. It's just like, I'm really taken back, and like, because all the different sounds, that come in. Like I'm just trying to now register them all, and it, like, you know, they're slipping out as I try and think of them because there's so much going on, but in like the most ethereal, incredible way. And the way it moves is just like fantastic, and it feels so emotional and like beautiful. It literally feels like, I don't know, it just really reminds me of Arca a lot, and I am absolutely adoring it. I'm sorry, this might be a bit of a strange reaction because I'm just like, but I don't know. I'm going with it. And also, it's just produced so well. It just fills up so like nicely. That is so interesting. That is huge. Ooh, reverse sounds. You know, it's got that real, like what Arca has. It has that real, like, you know, alien aspect to it, a very sci-fi aspect to it. But it, you know, not like a traditional like, oh, aliens coming to destroy the planet, not like that, but like a beautiful like one, like a very ethereal, of a worldly sense of like peace and like love and freedom, and it's like a world where everyone accepts each other, and you are just so free. You are literally liquid, like silver liquid. It's just so igniting and like insane. And when I think of like the production of this and just how it's been made, I'm just completely like mind blown in the sense of like how does one create something like this? It doesn't feel like a human's created it. If you know what I mean. Right, sorry, I'm just gonna get cozy. Literally, Shiver is giving me shivers. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm reading the lyrics here, and to me, what I get from it. Oh, and the engineering was A.G. Cook. So that kind of, it makes sense actually. I like that. Okay, nice to see that. But the lyrics, interestingly, like to me, how I like to pick them, they're kind of sad because it's like saying, so in the chorus it says, "Get away from me, run away from the cold, separate from, stay away from me, from the cold, from all. Is it right away? This ice will break my heart, break my heart." So in a weird way, it sounds like JÓNSI is either saying that they are cold and telling people to stay away from them, you know, like, stay away from me, I'm cold, I'm callous, I am isolated, you know, sort of thing, and I don't want my heart to like start to, you know, defrost, crack, like the ice to crack, and I don't want to soften up because my coldness is my defense. Or is he talking about someone else being cold and saying, get away from me, like you're going to break my heart with your coldness? I'm not entirely sure, but I do feel like there's something to do with someone being a sort of cold-hearted, but in a way a defense sort of thing, having their barriers up. I do feel that from the lyrics. But yeah, let's carry on. Next song is called Cannibal with Elizabeth Fraser.
You got pearl perfect skin.
Oh, a bit grungy.
Soft enough porcelain, but you sinking in.
Oh my gosh.
Hard till
Bit dark.
chewing your carpet. You know I'm a cannibal, cannibal. You know it's out of love.
Oh wow, it's got really light here. That's interesting. He's literally saying, like, you've got perfect skin, soft enough porcelain, white teeth that you're sinking in, I'm chewing cartilage, like literally like eating someone. And then the chorus here is saying, you know it's out of love, you know I only do it out of love. And that's just makes me curious, because I'm not entirely sure what it means, but I'm certainly curious about what that means. Like, why are you breaking someone, or like eating them, hurting them, consuming them, and it being out of love? But is it something to do with being like kind of obsessed with someone, wanting to be around someone a lot, wanting to be in their company and like suck up all of like their essence in a way? Maybe it's something to do with that. So dark and moody here.
Reduce the pain. I smell sleep and fever heat. Swallow everything at once. You know it's out of love. It's only out of love.
Beautiful. Wow.
You know it's love.
Wow.
You know it's out of love. You know it's only out of love.
Oh, I'm shivering so much.
It's only out of it's only out of love.
Oh, it's so ethereal, man. I can't get over that. Their voices together, using that same sort of like airy, watery kind of like vocal effect. And like in the part where, Elizabeth was just like speaking, I could really picture like, waking up in sort of like a sci-fi area, you've woken up and you've got like this egg-shaped bed that kind of just opens, and she's all in like white. I don't know what she looks like, but I imagine a woman in white kind of being mothering and being, but she was like an alien mother that looked human, and she has like a specific purpose, which is to be mothering. And I could just see her saying, it's only out of love, in that very like almost meditative sort of way. It's like, it could seem like it's creepy, but really it was just soothing and like warming. It was like the ultimate mother kind of feeling. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. That's great. What the hell? And it started though with this like grungier sound, and it lifted a little bit back into the grungier sound, then just exploded into that etherealness again. Ah, man, what a roller coaster. All right, next song is called Wild Eye. Oh gosh. Oh my. Excuse me.
You fill my mouth full of gravel.
Yes.
You spray me up at the shovel. You should have me run for you. Here went too far, we went too far, my straight friend. There's no reason to pretend. I guess we could avoid this.
I don't know how to pause
There's
this.
no return to goodbye kiss.
Right, I'm going to pause it and then I'm going to go back a bit. That's... I did not know how I was meant to pause that, because what? It's another one where it's just like so much just happening. I really thought this album was just going to be all kind of slow, orchestral, like moments of like beauty, and it is genuinely beautiful, but I didn't know it was going to have like this Sophie-esque, Arca-esque kind of, well, obviously A.G. Cook, like these kind of sounds going on. What? It's like got this extreme like experimental slapping kind of rhythmic, chunky, industrial sounds, and then his like Oliver Tree kind of style vocal and melody line, but a dun 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 dun. You know, it's like traveling kind of like a grip to it, like a urgency into the, you know, it all like kind of mashes together. And then in a lyric here saying, we went too far, my straight friend. There's no reason to pretend. I guess we could. I guess I could avoid it and slowly turn up a bike here. That sounds like something maybe happened between JÓNSI and a guy who was straight. And something intimate happened, and they were friends, you know, and it sounds like he's saying, maybe we could just pretend it didn't happen, and I could just, you know, ride my bike up here and we can do our routine of what we usually do as friends and pretend it didn't happen. So it seems like quite a painful situation, something that was difficult to get through, something hard, something that was filled with, you know, not feeling great about yourself, feeling a bit of shame and guilt, and but also feeling a bit like dirty and not like, and used, and like a secret and shame, which is just like, oh, just horrible feelings. And those sounds, that those big crazy sounds, feel like that pain inside a little bit with the, I don't know, I'm just gonna go on and on and on if I don't shut up, but like I feel this one. It's a very passionate song.
I
love that. That's so freeing.
Lose control. I lose control. I lose control. I lose control.
I am freezing.
Lose control. I lose control.
I am so fucking here for this. Oh, I'm freezing! The shivers! Ooh. Fuck. What? Wild eye. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right, let's move on. I don't know what to say. That was like, okay, all I'm going to say is my favourite song so far. I think. I've liked them all so far though. But that was the one that really took me by surprise the most, I imagine. I think. I don't know. Anyway, that was it. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Sometimes I don't need to say anything. The reaction is enough. All right, okay. The next one is called Samario sem aldrecom. I obviously did not say that very good, but let's do it. I'm blown away by that. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely love the different vocal layering, using a very synthy sound. The Church of JÓNSI. Ooh. Ooh. The way that cut's so dry then. You know, those, I find this really interesting as well, because you know those like deeper sounds are like it's a vocal that's really deep and it sounds a little bit muddy, so it seems a little bit, you know, like it's a bit grey the way it looks for me. It's not necessarily like a really nice sound, but with all the high vocals and all the other sounds, it just really works. I don't know, I kind of really like it. At first I was a bit like, oh, I don't know what I feel about the lower one, but now I'm getting into it a lot with all the other sounds kind of popping in. Also, very Imogen Heap sort of sound too. Very, just beautiful. And I love that. It cuts so dry, like the reverb just goes, bye. Oh, a bit spooky there. Straight into like an alien choir. Ooh. Okay, I've got shivers now. I don't think I can handle how nice that is. Oh, no, shivers, still more shivers to come. Like just thinking about it, I got shivers. But like the parts where it's like, sorry, but I just took lift off, right? It lift off and it became an alien choir for a minute. And you had those like sort of elastic band sounds happening. And then the cut of the reverb that I was talking about, and then his vocal coming in very dry and very like speech level singing, turned it into something else. Like so imagine like all these angels are like aliens floating around and you're like swimming in the sky, and then like the camera pans down to below and he's sat there beneath it in like a church, just like in the camera's like shot quite close and he's just really intimately like singing while all this like amazingness is happening above him. That's what I saw anyway. It's like a lullaby now. I really love how like it's each like note moves with the piano chords. These little sparkly sounds. It's like little angels flying around. It feels a little bit Christmassy. Beautiful. Very relaxing, very like lullaby-esque, very like, obviously I don't know what he was saying because it's in another language. I think he's from Iceland as well, like Bjork. I could be wrong though. But absolutely incredible. It's very beautiful. That one was hard to react to. Obviously the bigger parts are easier to react to. That one I just kind of sunk into and like let it just happen. I let it happen. I want to be like, I can't have every moment be like, wow, ooh, because it has to be authentic. And if I'm authentically just listening, that's what it is, you know? Because I just wanted to hear every moment and really just like listen to the crispness of his voice there. And the way it moved with the chords really was just something beautiful, something so connected with him and the music. I really enjoyed it. Okay, next song is called, I'm going to sit up for a minute, I might have to turn this though. Hope that's not too annoying. Yeah, next song is called Corel. Another one that is not in a language I know. That kind of clicking sound. Wow. A bit more eclectic in the sounds here. Little bits just here and there, you know? Wow. Oh. What? That's so crazy. Oh, it feels like it's in my head. Ah! I don't think we can realise just how like sounds can like create so much space. Like it's mad. Like, you know, it was all sounding it was sounding at this level and there was like little sounds over here, little like tappy tap sounds here and little crinkling sounds and little unique sounds, but it felt like it was here, right? Like a little pool of like sounds. And then it like broke and there's like boop, 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 and it sounded like it went right into like my skull and just started to like move in the way it does. Even the vocals here, it's drier, it's more intimate, it's present. It's crazy. It grabs your attention, definitely. A.G. Cook is so good at creating like ethereal sounds. Hey, nice. Very good. It feels busy, you know, it's like busy. It's like I can see mechanics working at like a fast speed. I can actually see like little robots like engineering stuff really fast. Yeah. Knew it was gonna have something chaotic here. The way it was so lifted and it's moving up again. Yeah, I just wanted to say it's interesting, like, well, I was just saying it, but also just speaking over the music, but you could, with a lot of these songs, you are hearing the rise before the fall a lot. You are definitely knowing when something's going to come, and like there's something comforting about that. However, it gives you excitement too, because you're anticipating what the sound could go to. You don't know what the sound's going to go to, but you are in that moment of it rising. you can never stay on a sound long enough without wondering what the next sound is going to be. And I actually really enjoy that. And when usually if something's light, it's going to drop to something low, and when something's low, it'll go somewhere light again. That's just dynamic for you. But there's a lot of it in here, and I really, really like it. Oh, it's so good. It's like a train coming. Ooh, like a thunderous train. Oh my gosh! I feel like they've actually used terrifying. Wow, those outros are insane. But that sounded like they really used a train arriving at a station, right? That, you know how it goes, and it goes, you know, it makes a similar sound. It sounds like I could hear every part of what a train sounds like arriving at a station in that moment there. It sounded like they really took those little parts of that and like recorded it, and then broke it up and sampled it and manipulated it. I really feel like they must have, because that was so clear to me. But wow, that was crazy. Another amazing song, so beautiful. Okay, next song is called Salt Licorice with Robin. Alien monster. That bit crusher. Oh! Wow. I loved how like the bit crusher was so hard there, and her voice is so soft. You give me cold shoulders. It did remind me a little bit of Diane Wood a little bit, just for a minute there. Just the vocal with it. That's so cool, and I love like the dum 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 dum. You know, it also gave me like a sort of marching like army kind of imagery as well. So. And then this feels a little bit more sweet. Yeah, this is a little bit more bubblegum in a way. Oh! This is a real dancey one! Sounds great! This feels so sweet, this bit.
Why can't you just be?
Oh my god, that goes so hard!
Why can't you just be? Why can't you just be? Heartbreaker.
That sound. I'm really curious as to what that's about, you know. It seems like liking someone in a way, but they've changed. Or like they won't like, or they won't change. They won't be led astray, it says here. You know? And saying you're such an icebreaker reminds you of the song Shiver, like about being cold. And saying like you're someone that can defrost me. Had like a real like and then it went into like this really bubblegum poppy sound, and then this like super just dance sound, like yeah, like all together that was just a really bubblegummy kind of experimental sound that I really enjoyed. Okay, next, frick, we are getting through this so fast. I'm actually shocked. Like the album is like 52 minutes. I've been recording for an hour and like we've got 5 songs left. Yeah, it seems about right actually, but I don't know, that's still crazy. Okay, next song is called Hold. Sorry, I'm gonna go back to start that song, but I need to get my water. Hi, Snow. So I've got some flat tango and some nice cold filtered water. But the flat tango bit is the bit that I'm not excited about, but I still wanted something fruity. That's so flat. I don't know where to put this because then it'll be flat and warm. If I put it next to the candles. Might have to though. Oh well. Right, anyway, let's get back onto it. Let me just sort my pillow sitch out. As you know me and my back issues. Alrighty. Let's do it. So, yeah, the song is called Hold. No, it's like that sound, it like pulls and pushes. That's it. It's like boom, 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 you know, it's like a pull and a push. Oh, it's so gritty. It just feels right. And then the sound before that was like this submerging into water. It felt when it just gives you that like actual physical feeling where it actually moves you. That's really something. It's so inspiring as well.
Sorry, I can't help you with that on your Mac.
Never asked you to. What I was going to say is like there's certain sounds I hear like that really inspire me to basically like when I'm making music to like try and find a sound similar or try and know how to create certain sounds, certain like pull and push motions, you know, a specific sound in a way that will give people a feeling that just feels like, oh, you know, it really inspires me. And I spend a very long time just trying to create stuff. And it, you know, it's so helpful listening to this type of music for sure to like keep the mind creative. And guess what it also does? It like allows me to like create without so much restriction. I used to always try and have so much restriction, and since listening to music like this, I've let go of so much of that, and I've never felt more confident and comfortable in making music. I don't get a chance to do it very much now, but like when I do, it feels great. I am actually working on something for my partner, and I can't wait to show all of you what it sounds like as well. But wow, yeah, this just gives, it inspires me and motivates me for sure. I really like the way, sorry, I love the way he goes, why? It's just so, because again, it's drier, but it feels so like he's really asking, like, why? Oh, like, do you know what I mean? It's emoted in that way. Why? Just complete despair, complete, like, just doesn't know why. I love it. Right, okay, this one is called Swill. Hello.
I swap lace round your skinny waist. Whoa, words like a razor.
Wow.
Cut the skin from my bones. Whoa, the thing.
Wow, I like that.
You say I did something wrong yesterday. You're right, case I left for. Walking around just almost like a ghost.
I'm really like into this. I'm really reading the lyrics of this one.
As a cloud, you alone, my soul.
What I love about this is actually it's got a really nice flow to it. Like, it's really easy to listen to. Like, the flow is quite like congealed in the right way. It just feels very like glued together. It's just got the right kind of flow for real to just move with. I really enjoyed that. Also, the lyrics are really cool. I really liked when he said, down, you know, words like a razor cut the skin from my bones down to my skeleton, the only thing I own. Oh, love that lyric. And I'm curious about what it's about as well. Like, again, it sounds like he's wanting someone, but they're like telling him he's like, you know, it's his fault and all the things he does is always his fault. So it's not exactly a good thing. But he doesn't want to let them go. You know what I mean? It's just like another like love sort of thing. Like, it just makes you want to do this. You know? Nice. That is what you call an organised chaos, for sure. Organised chaos. Because there's so much, like, you know, sounds that wouldn't go in a generic pop song, but the way it's put together is so organised and beautifully done. It just works out well. And a little bit crushery bit at the end just to like go again, yeah, a little outro moment. Ooh, you know. And it's funny because like I always talk about Charlie XCX's like outros, right? And you know, A.G. Cook is like who like produces her songs and so on. And then A.G. Cook being on this, helping with JÓNSI to produce the songs. It makes sense why there's so many crazy outros. It's like A.G. Cook just has that kind of formula that he brings to every artist. I really like that. It's like a signature thing. Okay, next song is called Grenade.
Careful. carefully remove the pin from the grenade. There's no need to shout. I realize.
Beautiful. Already, sorry, I'll just pause it quickly. Already it feels like the breaking down of something, or a breakup, really. Carefully remove the pin from the grenade. Like, it's like let me down gently, you know? And realize the silence is loud, like the kind of awkwardness, like breaking up or before breaking up, just the conversation being awkward. Wow. War and grenades. I like all that. So in a way, it doesn't actually feel like a breakup at all. It sounds like someone who's going through something. And, you know, JÓNSI's saying, I'll be there for you, basically, even though I don't necessarily know what to do. You know, maybe this person they're talking about is someone who's acting out in anger because of the pain that they're going through. You know, here it says it's all too late, there's no need to shout. I realise the silence is loud. Maybe the silence being this person doesn't know how to open up very much, and it feels deafening almost because they shout and get defensive instead. I don't know, there's many reasons you could put to it, if I'm honest. Just this bit here, they'll stay with you, don't let you down. You know this ain't a war, you know this ain't a war in you. Again, that just leads me to believe, like, you know, this doesn't have to be a battle. You can just let it go. You know, a bit like the first song, It's Not Your Fault, just let it go. It's like, this doesn't have to be a battle. You can just let go. There's something very beautiful about this, and it's definitely making me feel a bit emotional, for sure. I really like how it's to do with like war stuff as well.
Carefully remove your clothes from open wounds. It's hard to see. Looks like a black hole.
Wow, this is so beautiful.
Hold your head high. Stay with you. Down.
Wow.
I stay.
This is so emotional. Break into tears right now, but I'm not gonna. I love that. I really wish I knew exactly what it was about, you know. It says something really personal for me. Yeah, to me, like I know, like the song might not be about this at all, but to me, I could just see, you know, people who don't really open up very much or find it difficult to open up, and like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I just like it can be really hard when you are with someone who finds it hard to like express things, because ultimately you just care and you know it'll be best for them just to like be free and authentic in how they feel. You just care, and like hearing that just is like, oh, it just bursts in my chest because it makes me like think about those I love who find it hard to open up, and it like breaks me a little bit, like. And to be honest, I'm one of them. Like, I can open up here because like is so different, but I'm not very good at opening up in my personal life, if I'm honest. Not really. Like, not fully. I'm a very authentic person. I'll tell you how I feel for sure, but I don't talk about the inner workings a lot. But anyway, that song just spoke to me, and it just felt really beautiful and made me emotional on a level. And there's not really much I could say about it, I suppose, apart from like, I absolutely love the lyrics. I really liked when he said, "It's hard to see, it looks like a black hole, I realise it swallows me whole." Like, that's crazy. Like, the wound is a black hole, and that just makes me think of like feeling like empty or numb, you know. And then, you know, when it says, "I realise it swallows me whole," it's like, I don't know, it's just like, that could mean a lot of things to me, but like, it swallows me whole. It's like, your wounds or whatever consume me. Your pain consumes me. As I try and help you, and how we are attracted to the darkness sometimes. And I don't know, it's got so much meaning to it. It just kind of shook me a little bit. And it says, I'll stay with you and don't let you down. And it says I'll, but I can hear it as I stay with you and I don't let you down, as if to be like, you know, not just I will, but I already do stay with you. You know, I like that you felt your sugar flow. That's like interesting, that. But yeah, that made me really emotional. I can't talk about it too much because I feel like I'm gonna cry, and like really cry. And I don't want to do that right now. Not that crying's bad, but we still got 2 more songs to get through. And I might not be able to redeem myself. Okay, next song is called Beautiful Boy. This better not be another one that breaks me. That sounds crazy. Spooky. It's coming more like clearer though. Like, what's that meant to mean? Like, my beautiful, beautiful, bored and mean boy. It sounds like someone who's like, you know, it's like a bad boy sort of thing. But like, seems like JÓNSI's like in love with someone who maybe doesn't treat them very well, or doesn't really want to be with them, and so they're just bored. So they're just like messing around with JÓNSI for fun. You know, and it's mean, you know, but he thinks he's beautiful all the same. He still thinks he's incredible, if that makes sense. That effect on the vocal is so disturbing though. It clicked. That's synth. Wow. It really just appeared and went away again. Oh my god, it's so freaky. I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I mean it in a way that's like, it feels distant or detached, you know? Like something that's not real, maybe just a dream. But it was interesting. And there is another song. I think it's Mold. All right, let's go. Wow. That that bassy sound.
För din farsa torsdag inom räcker tag.
Ooh, sounds a little bit like Muse there. Oh, cool. Ooh. Nice. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Haunting. Ooh. So moody. So cool. Oh, that jumpy kind of, it's like repeating itself, you know, rewinding and repeating, skipping. That's really cool. Obviously that's technically not an ender. And like, in a way, yeah, I don't really hear it as an ending song, actually. I hear it as more of like a song, somewhere around the start. But at the same time, I kind of liked it a bit more than Beautiful Boy as an ending song, in a way. Just because Beautiful Boy was quite sparse and like spooky in a way, which is cool. But I think maybe another song could have gone at the end and Beautiful Boy could have been somewhere in the middle. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, what the hell? What an album. What an album. Like, I'm kind of mind blown, if I'm honest, because I wasn't expecting those types of sounds. I was expecting something like completely different. Well, I was thinking of like Sigur Rós. I think that's how you say it. But and like how that has a quite different sound to this for sure. And this had a definitely more like experimental, like hyper pop sound, Arca sound, Sophie sound, A.G. Cook sound, of course. And I just wasn't expecting, and like I'm so here for that. I love not knowing what's going to happen, and like, or like, it's even funny when I expect something and then it's like completely different. I'm like, wait, what? Okay. But at the same time, there were also sounds that I did expect and that I loved so much. And like, I can't even tell you now what my favorite is. I feel like Wild Eye is like such an incredible one for that like big sound. But then you get Grenade, which really just touched me. So it's going to be really hard to figure out what's my favorite, especially as I get listening like more and more, because they will change all the time. But anyway, I loved this album so much. Thank you so much for watching and for your request. The patron who requested this, I really appreciate you. And thank you for showing me this amazing album. Like, honestly, I'm just kind of like, whoa. I feel like in the last song now I didn't react too much, but that's because my back's a little bit painful now, and I really was just listening, getting into the moment. I really like those like bassier sounds that like did feel slightly more mainstream, but definitely not like a pop song like that you'd hear on the radio, but something that was a bit more like a lot of people would like. There's kind of like 808 kicks that just kind of like boom, you know, those sub boom sort of sounds are really popular, but it really worked in this. I really enjoyed that. Made me feel like Aurora could have done a song with JÓNSI actually. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So if you do like this, please do like and subscribe and all of that stuff. And see you soon. Bye.